eggs that got eaten.
She what?
She was eating eggs, 2 eggs.
She's
getting
bad.
mad.
She's getting mad at the, come here.
Well,
Get that out of here. Anyway, the Thompson Farmstead Adventures. Good morning, y'all.
it's an adventure.
It's always an adventure, yeah.
Yeah.
She's getting mad at the chicken because she's eating the eggs.
Yep, and it's one of our 4-year chickens, so she doesn't need to stay.
Go in the freezer.
Yeah, well, I think rehomed or something. I don't know if I could eat her.
Anyways, we got something behind us here. You know, what is this? What did we bring home? What the heck? Are we getting into the kettle corn business? No, we're not. Actually,
No.
we kind of became friends with these folks. They've been at the Okie Homestead Steading Expo, I think ever since they started 4 years ago. And well, Kim and I, we were there. We took off and grabbed something to eat, and on the way back, I go, hey, let's go check out what's going on. And we saw Sean, Brandy, and Kevin and Rachel. And well, I saw Sean and Brandy and Vincent on one side. Went around to the other side and saw Kevin working on the guy's truck, and he couldn't get his lights on, so it was dark out and stuff. And they live out in Miami someplace, and I said, look, just bring it to our house, man. It's right down the street. So that's why it's here. So whenever they get time, they got a busy schedule today, tomorrow, and next day, and all that. Probably Wednesday, Thursday. I said, yeah, don't worry about it. You know, it's not in my way. I put it here. So I took him in the backyard. I go, come on, man. It just looks like I added to my collection. Anyways, Kim and I are going to work on the garden today, so we will be back. Alrighty, well, here we are in the garden section, and the wind, as you guys can see, has made a mess of things for us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretty much tear all this down. Well, I don't know. I'm going to try and figure something out. If I can utilize these poles to hold some 2x4s on it so I can just put some roof choices on, then I'll do a metal roofing on top of that, you know, a lightweight metal roofing. And we've had this garden for how long? This section?
This section we had since 2021, and that was 2022, the outer part, and then we added most of those buckets in 2020, or a lot of them in 2023.
Right.
Most of them.
Yeah, we got rid of all the bag system because for us, the water leaches out and the plants don't get to grow, and so we're, you know, keep changing things up until we figure out what the heck's going on. So we have some stuff that we need to get ready right away for her so she can start planting. One of them is, this is going to be the asparagus bed, so I got to get in here and double this up. I'll probably just use maybe I think I have some 2x8s. So we'll just double it up higher, add some more compost and stuff here, and then she'll have her area for the asparagus. And then we'll slowly start getting all this stuff cleaned up, thrown inside my black trailer that I usually use for the dump. And just kind of do it with a little bit of everything. It's still somewhat windy. I really don't want to tackle that. Not yet, but we got to come in here and tack down stuff that's the wind damaged on us. I have to get these out of here and these 4 buckets because Kim bought a metal bed, so I got to build a frame to hold. I wonder if that'll fit inside. Maybe I just build a frame so it extends past that metal container and just frame that around it so it'll help support this. I don't know. I'll have to play it by ear, figure it out. That's So there's a lot of cleanup right now to do and throw it inside the trailer, and a lot of patchwork that we got to get done so we don't trip over everything. It's just, you know, after so many years of walking on it and riding, putting the carts on it and stuff, you know, this is 2021, so you got 21, 22, 23, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, we're going on 5 years on this one here. Or at least 4. And then this guy here, this is bad. It stops here, so once we get these guys here emptied out, we'll be able to clean all this stuff up and get this whole area repatched too. It's some work. This stuff seems to hold up pretty well. Bought this at Lowe's for like, I don't know, it was like $8 a roll at the time because they were trying to clearance them, and I bought quite a bit of rolls. So anyways, the wife's carrying some buckets over. Let me go get the cart.
That needs to be held open somehow.
Yeah, well, when your buckets will hold it open.
I'm using my bucket.
We got a fresh crawdad mound. And that's another thing. The crawdads. Crazy. Crawdads are in the ground here. I grew up with them being in streams and stuff like that, even in California. But they were in Arkansas where I saw them for my first time when I was a kid. You come out here and go, what are all these little dirt mounds? And they were saying, those are crawdads. And what? They say, yeah, the higher the mound tells you how many inches of rain there was. I'm going, nah, you guys are BSing me, right? And they're going, nope. It's true, and it's pretty close to accurate. Yeah, 5 inches of rain in a day. Guess what? You got almost a 5-inch mound. It's like crazy. Well, let me get things set up. Alrighty, well, got the company vehicle all set up. Now I need to go over to the mushroom compost, get that stuff and put inside the 5-gallon buckets, and then start helping her get whatever she needs prepared and go from there. It's gonna be, I'm letting her kind of guide me. I'm really not sure everything that is gonna get done today, but we'll see what happens. And we might have to just fast forward a bunch of this stuff because, again, the wind noise, you know. So we'll see what happens. Alrighty, well, here's what we're trying to do. She needs to get this bed over here cleaned out of all the weeds and whatever's growing in it. And then I'll just keep bringing buckets over so she can throw it in there. Then after the trailer's empty, I gotta start taking this dirt out. We're getting rid of these pools. We were trying to do low growing, you know, like, low rooted vegetables like lettuce and stuff like that. Well, I'm sure it would have worked, but the weather just kept changing and stuff, and if we would have had these sun tarps over them, I'm sure it would have helped, with some of the problem that we had, because here it's hard to determine the weather changes because it changes so much. And sometimes it's beneficial, sometimes it just, it will wipe out your crop. Every year so far that we've had plants, things start growing well, and then all of a sudden we get that April freeze. You know, so we, hold on. I'm trying to get hit. I don't know where the latch is at. Everything's all over the place. Then we get the April freeze and it kills off everything, you know. What the heck? Anyways, so we get that April freeze and everything gets killed off, and you know, we had all these loofah gourds over there ready, you know, to go for being loofahs. And then here comes the freeze. Well, we pulled everything off that we could, and after the freeze, it was just one day of dipping down into like 28 degrees, but everything else was like 45 to 65 degrees before and after. And that one day just wiped out that whole plant, you know, all 5 plants of loofahs. And the same thing happened with the tomatoes. Most of them held up, but the other stuff too, you know, I mean, just, you know, it's crazy. California, you know, we can see the weather all the time. That's why everybody moved there, was because of the weather. When we had farms all over the place. Now it's just commercialized. People, shopping strips, schools. So, she brought some buckets over here, and she was tilling the soil, mixing it in, and man, that looks good. It really does. And we don't need to add fertilizer because that's what we're using. So hopefully this year we'll have a good crop. We'll see. What are you doing with that?
And most of it was straw that came from there, so I put it back there.
Well, luckily the wind's blowing that way.
Thank goodness. I know.
I remember watching this movie. Kid was dumping all the fish guts and stuff, and one of the sailors says, "Spit in the wind, huh? Spit in the wind." He spit, and he goes, "Now go to the other side and dump the bucket." Alrighty. Alright, I'm inside what used to be our greenhouse. We had plastic on the walls and it all shredded and everything. And then I was going, alright, so we decided to turn half of this into a chicken coop and the other half into just storage for the garden area. And I'm looking at this going, you can't talk with roosters, man. Everything that's shredding, it's just getting everywhere, you know. It's just, I gotta tackle that as soon as possible. It'll get there. So this will be the door opening here, and I'll turn these guys here, these 2 into windows, and I'll have maybe a window or 2 on the side. And you'll see that my joints don't line up. It's because this is a Pee Wee Herman style, because we just built it on the ground. There's nothing level here, so the thing pitches this way and goes that way, because everything drains that way. So we just make do with what we got, you know. I wasn't going to level it out anyways or add dirt and build the foundation and stuff. Just slapping it together. And it worked out pretty good if the dang roof would just hold up. There's 2 roofs on this one. So the first one tore after about a year and a half. Because we had 2 years ago, the Father Day winds that came across all of Oklahoma, Kansas, and parts of Texas. This came across the United States, up to 100-mile-an-hour winds. We lost over like 1,700 telephone poles out here in Oklahoma. So it was horrible. It held up to that, but it beat it up to where it weakened it. All right. definitely gets a little frustrating fighting these winds on everything you got to do outside, you know. Can't put down the weed barrier because of the wind. You can't sweep up things because of the wind, you know. Got to replace the roof because of the winds. It's like, never ending, man. Like you got to make everything out of concrete. So right now, temporarily putting these here. That way I can just clean this area up. You know, we get our pathway back so we can get stuff in and out. Then right now I'm gonna continue sweeping up and getting things out of here. Go put them in the other trailers or in the shop or whatever I gotta do. So I can tackle getting that off. It continues to make more and more mess. I'll be back. Alrighty, well, I've got low battery here, so in short, you can see that if you look closely, if you did. Anyway, we had the first roof on and it went behind the gutter. The second roof went on and inside the gutter, and then I took the Gorilla Tape. I was having a hard time peeling that off the inside of the gutter there. So I took Gorilla Tape from the second roof into the gutter system. So we just pull right in and go. It was supposed to go inside these guys, but we made it there. We'll get it all done this time. So you'll see right here. See the Gorilla Tape there? I can't see it, but nope, there's no Gorilla Tape on that one. I think I did the Gorilla Tape on the other side because it was fraying. Anyways. I'm gonna go ahead and take off this trim like I did the other side. Take off the gutter. I'm gonna get this thing pulled down and just clean up and put my phone on charge. So we'll see you soon. What's up, girls and boy? Yeah, I know, huh? All right, well, I have one more project to do tomorrow. But let me show you how far we got. Let's see if I can get this thing closed. Enough for tonight. That'll work for tonight. So we got all this area here cleaned up. This perimeter weed barrier we got from, I think, Home Depot or Lowe's, and it had this felt to it. And that's what you're seeing. That's what you're seeing is a black felt coming off, and I don't like it at all. The other stuff that you see right here we bought from Vivor. They have great prices. So got all that off of there. Got all as many strings as we possibly can get. You know, like all this mess down here from the roof. I still have more to do in here. Got to get all this stuff out because right where this 2x4 is, I'm going to put a wall there. And like I said, that's going to be a coop. This will just be a garden tool shed type thing. And I am going to put a wooden roof on it. I cut out all the bad stuff. So tomorrow I'll get out here and I got to add some dirt in this area because it's always dipping. So I'll try to level it out and pack it, you know. Do what I can because everything's like cattywampus around here. Like a small little roller coaster. Like I said, you know, her greenhouse was like Pee Wee Herman's playhouse, you know, it's all. So I have that to clean up over here in this area. That section's done. All that's cleaned up. All this is cleaned up. We got all the raspberries and blackberries way out there. Because when I get ready to put the weed barrier around all our orchard, that's why we have all the blue containers out there. So I'll hold the edges as I'm working with it like we did here. So now everything, well, all the weed barrier will go this way. And then once I get my, I don't know if I'm going to use 2x4s or plants here to get out there. And I still got to get that done too. Don't know if I'm going to use 2x4s or if I'm going to go with the oval shape landscape timber. And then once we get all that in, then I T-post inside the corners, pull the fence. Or I put that first and then the wood. Don't know yet. There's the wife dragging along. Drag. That's a lot of work. So, but we're getting there. I just leave it open because I still got to come back and get all the trash out and everything else.
Yeah, we gotta hurry.
Alrighty.
I'm not gonna get a water here today.
Well, we'll hurry. I'm gonna go grab something to eat and stop by a friend's house to see what happened to her roof during the wind. It's the one I repaired almost two years ago from the Father's Day storm. And we had some shingles come off of ours. I can get on her roof because it's 3 and 12. Mine's like 14 and 12. I'm serious. It's past. It's steep, man. I don't know what you call it. It's like 53 or 56 degrees. It's up there. So you can see it's like a church steeple, but it's on that roof on that side. There ain't no way in heck I'm going up there. So appreciate y'all watching the remnants. Y'all be well, be blessed. We'll see you tomorrow.